Oh, I really enjoyed it. I felt like I could go on for another hour. I really like the chance to talk to young people about what they're concerned about. We didn't agree about everything, but that's politics, that's life. I'm in politics because I think it can change the country. I'm in it because I believe we're an unequal country, we're an unjust country, and we need to change it. And I hope that came across.
I went in being really quite no Ed, but I think he did a really good job, and I'm a bit more yes Ed, which is surprising because I wasn't expecting that.
For once I could actually see the cognitive thought process in his mind. I don't think he did have prepared answers. I think he was coming up with them on the spot, or at least coming up with the phrasing, like in response to our questions. So I think he was a lot more responsive than I've seen a lot of other politicians being.
And for me it was good. I thought Ed done pretty well.
I really enjoyed it, a lot more than I thought I would.
What was really good was when he didn't quite have an answer for something, and he would ask a member of the audience, like, what do you think? What would you want?
I was really impressed by his manner, his politician manner, the way he held eye contact, named everyone, used his hands loads. He was a lot more practiced than the other people we've seen so far, but that's probably a product of being the opposition party.
I just felt like he was very personal. He tried to remember our names, which might seem a bit pathetic, but actually it means a lot to us when we're talking. It feels like he's engaging with us.
The other thing I'd say is I can't do it on my own. You know, that's why getting young people involved, that's why getting young people to use their voice, to use their vote is so important, and that's why initiatives like these from Bite the Ballot are so crucial. We've got to engage young people in our democracy. I think also if you get people into the democracy habit early, then maybe there's more chance of not having these figures of, you know, fewer and fewer people voting.
I think he was very politician-y, very generic, but then again, just because perhaps he's not got the best presentation skills, or he literally follows the textbook of how to be charismatic, doesn't mean that there is truth to what he says. I was just incredibly annoyed by his responses to my surveillance questions because he didn't answer them.
What would you do if you had to be part of a coalition? Like, that's something I wish I'd asked.
I wish that education was actually a topic. It's a major topic. It's what people really care about. It's just as important as jobs. And for me, there's a massive achievement gap. And I wanted to know how the Labour Party would have tackled that.
More about what his promises would be, because it's so easy just to sit there and kind of talk a load of rubbish but then not follow through on those things. So I really wish I'd asked him what his absolute promises would be and how he'd follow through on those.
Personally, I would have liked to have spent a bit more time on mental health, because once again that was when my feed on Twitter just exploded with people's opinions and questions. So for next time perhaps that's something else we can tackle.
I think he took a lot into account, and he also held us accountable, which is it's refreshing to see that in politics.
I think this is such an amazing thing that this has happened, and he looked as though he got a lot out of it and was genuinely interested to hear what people were asking and what people were saying.
Whether he means what he says, whether he can keep up with those promises, that's another question.
I've become away more of a yes Ed.
Pretty much yes Ed. I think now that I've seen what he's like in person and with actual young people, then yeah.
After this one, I think I'm more of a yes Ed.
I think last week I just didn't know what to think by the end of it, but no, right now, yeah, yes.
More of a yes Ed.
I'm definitely a no Ed.